All right, we're talking about harmonizing scales and chord scales. Specifically today, we're going to take a look at triads, a chord scale in triads. When you harmonize a scale in tertian harmony, meaning in thirds, like C to E, 1, 2, 3, E to G, 1, 2, 3, right through the scale. Here's a C major scale here. You can look at it right here. 1, 2, 3. The third degree of the scale is E, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth degree of the scale is G. And so that would spell a root position C major chord. 1, 3, and 5, right? Going down this way. Okay, so what we've got here, what we're looking at here, is a C major scale starting from the root. Here we're looking at a C major scale starting from E. All the same notes except starting on E and ending on E. And here we're looking at a C major scale starting on G and ending on G. All right. And so if we do step through the scale, C would go to D, E would go to F, G would go to A, and so on, right? All the way up the scale. And when we work through that whole process, what we're going to end up with is a C major triad in root position, D minor triad in root position, E minor triad root position, F major triad root position, G major triad root position, A minor triad root position, B diminished triad in root position, and C major triad. Let's look at that on the fretboard. Underneath this, it would be a good idea to have a representative C major scale, right, wherever you are. Okay. And you should know those C major scale in all positions of the fretboard. Don't miss any notes. All right. So C major triad, C, E, and G. I work my way up, D, F, and A. It's a D minor triad. It's not when they say a triad, it sort of implies that there's no seventh or no extensions like anything else, So, I mean, we could do it in sevenths, which I did in another video. I would, if you're beyond this, check out the sevenths one. So C major, D minor, E minor, working up a different string set now, because we're getting higher. F major, G major, A minor, B diminished. B diminished is made up of 2 minor thirds, and then C major. Harmonically. Okay. All right. So that is a chord scale in triads. And what this also reveals to us is that every major scale, like, doesn't matter what key you're in, every tone, semitone, semitone scale is going to produce exactly the same chords, not the letter names, but the same types. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. All the time, right? In every key. So I can't overemphasize how important it is to get triads underneath your fingers. They're actually also very musically relevant in terms of different styles of guitar playing. Okay, now let's maybe do the same thing in an octave higher. So I have this, and now I'm just going to take it up an octave. Right? You might be able to see. See, it's just the top 3 notes of that bigger chord. D minor, E minor, the 3 chord, F major, G major, E minor, right? That's as far as I'll go because I know I'm gonna end up out of the frame. So that's E major, E minor. I'm sorry, and then let's go back down. D major, F major, right, and maybe diminished. All right, so it's a good idea to not only look at the triads, but also look at if there are any other chords that you can see that the triad is related to. Where am I? Right. You get the idea, right? It starts to fill out the fretboard, and you can still underneath each of these chords hear and visualize as well. Visualize that C major scale underneath what. Underneath whatever it is that you're playing. Okay, root position chord scale, and in the key of C major, you will use all of these identical chords, like chord voicings in every major key. So again, I can't overemphasize how important this is. Chord scales, triads, cool. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you later.